welcome back to the Paranoia. On the way back, whenever it was last time I was filming stuff, it basically seems to have an air bubble coming through into the coolant system, and if there's air getting in, there's something not quite right. So we're going to do a bit of a radiator flush. So this top grey panel here is coming off, and we'll see what happens next. This is going to look a bit messy. We've taken the top bar off here, removing the air intake there. We've taken off the top and bottom hoses. At the bottom is a catch drain. So that's the top hose connection there, bottom hose connection down there. This is the connection for this thing, which is the reservoir tank, which if we look inside has a bit of gunge in there. That is the radiator top off there as well. Basically everything holds this one with 10mm bolts, so you just have to go around finding all the ones you can. These two you don't need to completely undo there and there, just loosen off. And actually now we've disconnected everything, this will lift out. This is not attached at the bottom, so it all screws in the top, holds in place, and the whole thing will just pull out once I have disconnected the fan, which I have to figure out how to do, but I'm sure we'll get there. In the end I just took the zip tie off, so we have a radiator separately here. It is in pretty decent condition. I'm going to get out this which has caused me the issues, which is the level, and it looks a bit gungy, so I'll give that a good wash out and see if that stops air bubbles from telling us whether we've got any water in there. We're going to give it a thorough wash through, doing the spray there. To the bottom. My brother, I think, tried on a very complicated tank on, I think it was the Volvo V70, and we got all sorts of trouble with gunge getting in there. This one is much simpler. My plan is just to try and get something in there to clean it out a bit, and hopefully we'll have it looking fairly decent in a very short amount of time. So I'll come back to that and see how we get on with the radiator. Basically just going to flush it through a couple of times, and then I'll get to part 2 of the plan. The radiator drops in at the 2 pins I was showing at the bottom, nothing else to hold it in, and then we have 2 10mm bolts running through to hold the fan shroud on there. They're longer than any of the other ones being all of these here, about 15mm, the other ones are more like 25mm. Final stage, here we go. Just got this grill piece that comes down, sits in those little tangs there, one on either end and in the middle, if we can get it right with one hand. There it is. And then it's just got these last 2 bolts, one again at either end there, to hold it in place. We've got the 2 at the top there, we've got 2 more inside here, and a further 2 hiding at the sides for this grey plate. Got the coolant, air cooling back on for the cold air feed there, and obviously the hoses, the connections, everything is back in place. I'll put a zip tie around the cable somewhere in the depth there, you can't quite see because I had to take it off to get the fan off the radiator, and we're nearly there. Right, with a bit of the old rag on a stick technique, we have a very clean looking bottle. I'm very pleased. That paint is on the outside. That's not what I want to see. I want to see the maximum min. So overall, it might not be perfect, but to be honest, after the amount of faff, quite happy with that. A lot cleaner than it was. You can actually see the colour of stuff, and when I put the new coolant in, it'll be perfect. For the final stage of the plan, this isn't way out there as far as things go, but I've tested it in the van. We have some of this nice Holtz Seal It. The van is now running, that has done for a few hundred miles, and it's really made a difference. It's just tiny little leaks and stuff. Jeff doesn't have those leaks, but my concern about how the way air is getting into the system, I think the low coolant was because the sensor was bunged, cleaned all that out, but because there's air getting in the system, I'm just going to try it out. I didn't wash out the van system. I changed the coolant when I changed the little rad for the heater system, but I haven't flushed it or anything really. So having flushed Jeff, because I'm just a bit more concerned, the van's been pretty well maintained, Jeff hasn't, we're going to try it out. we'll clean the system through. We hope that if there is some weird little point where air's getting in, we can get that sorted. The van's also running some of the oil stop leak stuff. I think it's Wins in that case. I've never used that before, but again, the oil's just every single seal on the van. It's the 1.9 diesel, common engine, the Fiat ton of other cars. To me, it's a really solid, really well-made engine that's just been cheaply finished. So again, seeing how the oil stuff's going, but hopefully we're going to see it holding levels. Probably not going to be putting anything like that in Jeff because the oil isn't a concern there. The seals are doing really well. We're just going to try out this stuff, see if it helps us as much as it does in the van, and hopefully won't have any side effects from that.